So, Larry, you said that you wouldn't be able to get along with your IHSS caregiver. IHSS, for those who don't know, is in-home supportive services. So could you kind of give us a daily routine of what your caregiver do for you?
From the time I wake up in the morning, there's breakfast, they wash me up, get me dressed, put me in my wheelchair, assist me going to the doctor's appointments, to my Toastmasters, to my support groups, mentoring, shopping, groceries, keep my house clean. They do a lot for me, a lot.
So basically, would you be able to survive without your caregiver?
Not at all. I wouldn't be able to survive at all. Actually, they are my arms and my legs for me. So the things that I would do on my own, they do for me.
Oh, well, so how many caregivers do you use in a day?
Right now I have two. One that comes in the morning, stays for 5 to 6 hours, and then I have one that comes at night. And that particular, I'm lucky to have that one. She stays all night until the next morning, till the other one relieves.
Okay. Well, that's excellent.
And that's beyond her hours.
Yeah. So that, I mean, that is a blessing because not everyone has people that are willing to work pretty much for free. So you're blessed from that aspect with your caregivers. So. How about routines? I heard you say something about Toastmasters. Could you explain to us what Toastmasters is and what you do with Toastmasters?
Toastmasters help you with public speaking, get you ready for not being afraid of crowds, prepare you to be able to command the audience to pay attention, how to eye contact so that everybody feels important, even though you might be looking over their head, but they don't know that.
Okay.
So that's what it basically does for you. So if that's what you would like to do as far as public speaking, that Toastmasters would be a great thing. Because me personally, I'm afraid of crowds.
Okay.
After 3 people, I start to shut down. But since I've been going to Toastmasters, I've been doing a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm not as afraid now.
Okay, excellent. How about, I know that you spoke as well about a book. Could you tell us a little bit about what your book is based on? Is it based on your life story or is it fictional or what? Could you tell us a little bit about your book?
The book is based on me. It starts off from the day that I had my injury, all the different trials and tribulations that I went through after I found out that I was paralyzed. Even from me going to therapy, going to doctor's appointments, dealing with different caregivers, the good and the bad, all the way up to the things that I'm doing now as far as the mentoring and the support group and trying to do a nonprofit organization and different things like that.
How do you get around, what do you use for transportation?
Access, and it really sucks, but I'm fortunate that there is something like that for people that are in my situation. But access, they really need to work on their skills. They're late all the time. To share rides, they take you all across town, maybe 10, 15, sometimes 20 miles out of the direction that you're going. I've been late to doctor's appointments, even to give speeches. Even when I was attending school, I was late to school all the time because of access.
For those who don't know, could you educate us on what Access is and how does it work?
Access is a public transportation, and what it is basically for people with a disability that ranges from any type of disability, and they help you to get around to different places in the city that you need to go to without using the bus.
Okay.
Because actually my chair is too big for the bus. So they actually help you to get around. And I am thankful for them, but their service is bad.
Could you tell us a little bit about your nonprofit that you're creating?
Nonprofit, this is something new, something that I always wanted to do. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. And I came across a couple of people that was able to assist me along in starting a nonprofit. And they came about from IHSS, being late, sending a car to pick me up, which I still find that to be hilarious. So I had to figure out a way to get my own, and so that my own transportation, and also at the same time be able to give back and be able to help others that's in my situation with paralysis.
Okay. So I hear you speak a lot about giving back and working with No Barriers and the Christopher and Dana Reeves Foundation as a mentor. Could you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and what do you do in those different organizations?
Well, for mentoring, just there to give support, try to answer any questions that are being given or that they ask. Just basically be there for them as whatever I can. You know, they might ask me about certain things, and if I don't know, I'll go find the answer. If I can't, I just come back and let them know that I can't find the answer. But I'm really going to try to help them as much as I can as far as that.
So basically, as well as it, like telling them about the experiences that you've had throughout your life, from having paralysis to give them a better quality of life by your experiences so they don't have to go through the same
try to give
things.
them the same little teachings of what I went through so that they won't have to go through what I went through.
Okay. Excellent.
Because to have someone there to talk to that's kind of in your situation kind of helps a lot than someone that's walking.
To pay, how are you going to pay for the vehicle that you're trying to get?
Well, right now I'm doing fundraisers. I just had a car wash a couple of months ago and actually did a lot better than I expected it to. So since then I've been putting together another fundraiser that I'm going to do sometime in January, probably the beginning of January. It's going to be like a cocktail masquerade dinner party, something like that.
Okay.
It hasn't all came together because I'm still working on it with a bunch of other people that's on my team. Right now it's 5 of us. I make 6.
Okay.
So we all getting together trying to make that happen. And I will try to do fundraisers at least 2 to 3 times out of the year to build in money so that I can fund and get the van for Life After Walking. And then I'll be able to help other people because I'll be able to drive the van and go out and spread the word.
Okay. So how about, could you tell us a little bit about how would a van, your own transportation, help you with your quality of life, and how would it assist you with the things that you do?
Well, you know, it would help me in a lot of ways. I can make my own schedule. I won't have to depend on IHSS. Then I can put myself on the schedule because I know at a certain time I need to be somewhere, like Toastmasters at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Instead of me having to wait on IHSS, I know that it would take about 20 minutes from here to 3rd. I can make a better schedule for myself and plan better things to go out and do to be able to help others and spread the word.
Okay. And I noticed that you're in a power wheelchair. How do you get around during the winter times when it's raining or things of that nature, or inclement weather like very hot weather? By IHSS being late or by you being in elements like that, does it hinder you more so than somebody that's able-bodied?
During the winter time, I don't do well in the winter. So if IHSS is late, I really get agitated because I'm already cold and trying to deal with that. So if I have my own transportation, I can better plan what I need. During the summertime, I do fairly well, except for when it's hot and I have to sit outside and wait for IHSS, that becomes a problem. Same thing when it's cold. If IHSS is late, I'm sitting outside in the cold or the rain waiting for them to come. And luckily, I've been really, really lucky. I haven't had no cold, flu, or anything since I've been in this chair and had to deal with the weather like that.
Speaking of colds and flus, by being a quadriplegic, does that, do you have anything that could happen, say for instance, if you're stuck in high weather, like high degrees heat, and or when it's too cold, is it anything that could happen to you physically or because of your disability?
Yeah, I can dehydrate from the heat because I'm not able to get to the water. Or I can go into dysreflexia.
Okay.
And dysreflexia is a combination of a lot of different things. You know, I could have to urinate, or I haven't drunk enough water, or something could be too tight on me, or I'm about to develop a pressure sore from sitting in access in traffic or sitting somewhere too long. So I constantly have to do pressure releases, which I can't do in access because the van is so small.
So from hearing that, the difference between having your own vehicle for your transportation could be basically the difference between life and death in some
Pretty
respect.
much, yes, sir. Yes.
Excellent. So how about now some of the things that you're doing as far as the fundraisers? How could someone that's, just say for instance, someone that watched this, how could they assist you with your fundraiser endeavors if they so choose?
As far as donations or anything like that, they could go to the website. I have a PayPal account. They can donate it through that way. Or they can email Life After Walking directly and ask any other questions that they would like to ask. And someone will get back to them to be able to assist them in whatever it is they would like to try to do for Life After Walking.
For those who want to know how to get in touch with you and find out more information about you and your nonprofit organization, could you give us the information on that, please?
Yes, it's www.lifeafterwalking.org. And that's a good way to get in contact with me.
Okay. And for those of you who are viewing this, you could contact us at pascla.org. Once again, pascla.org.
And you can also find us on Facebook, Life After Walking.
So another thing I would like to ask you, how is it that you, I see you said you go to Toastmasters, you go to Rancho Los Amigos for No Barriers, and you do work for the Christopher and Dana Reeves Foundation as a mentor. What other types of things do you do within your surrounding community?
I go shopping. I'm due for shopping now. Sometimes I go by myself because a lot of the places that I do go, people remember me before I got injured. So it kind of helps, kind of trust factor, you know, saying, here, go in my pocket, get what they need to pay for my clothes or my food or whatever it is that I'm going to do.
Okay.
Took a while for me to get used to doing that on my own. Took my family even longer because they kind of was scared of me walking, that's funny, walking around, by myself without having anyone with me. But I feel if I'm going to be in this chair, I have to learn how to function day to day.
Well, I mean, you said that was funny, and you smiled, but I mean, when you said that, I thought your book, Life After Walking. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So, I mean, it's good to see that you have a sense of humor, even though you've been through a catastrophic injury, such as suffering from paralysis. So is there anything else that you would like to say to those who are going to view this, or would you like to say something to someone that could be newly injured that's going through the same thing, that is about to go through the same thing that you're going through right now?
The only thing I would tell them is just don't give up, because there is life after paralysis, and it took me a long time to figure that out, but it seems like the sooner you figure that out, the better off your life will be.
So how about, again, about IHSS, in-home supportive services, and personal assistive services council, organizations like that?
They're great. I'm glad that there is something like that in place for people in my situation. Because without them, like I said before, I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff that I'm doing now. I wouldn't be able to live in this house like I'm living now at all without in-home supportive service. So 2 thumbs up for in-home support service.
Okay. Well, with that, we'd like to thank you very much, Larry, for giving us the opportunity to come into your home and welcoming us to do this interview. And I believe that it'll go a long way with helping those who are in our same situation to help them navigate through life, to see that you do it on a daily basis. You do a lot of things that able-bodied people don't do, so I commend you on your aspirations in life and the things that you're doing, and good luck with all that you're doing.
Thank you for having me doing the interview. I appreciate it.